You want to know who is Jehu? 2 Kings chapter 8 through 10. A man who ascended into kingship. He was zealous for God, for righteousness. He rode into Jezreel, a city that was abandoning God's Torah of the heart, Baal worship, and took vengeance. Went to King Joam, conquered him, killed him. Went to Jezebel, had her thrown out of a window, where dogs ate her flesh, as was prophesied would happen. She was the one that was killing the prophets, the men of God. Elijah famously ran from her once. You see, God is zealous for his name and for his city and for his people. Jehu destroyed after enticing the false prophets of Baal to meet in the temple for a grand ceremony. They thought he was there to honor their false god, their Sharia law of sort. And when they all came into the temple, he closed in the door and had them all killed. He restored the integrity, the spiritual, moral authority, and purity of the nation to return to Adonai. We need a Jehu now. We need a Jehu in Israel, not just against the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, Boko Haram, the extreme Shiites of the Islamic ISIS order. Not just for them, but also that would ride into Israel to destroy all those who refuse to honor God's Torah, who pollute their own land with the wickedness of Western paganism and idolatry and orgies and psytrance festivals, celebrating the paganism, the Baal worship that God forbids us to do in Israel, to violate the Shabbat. We need a Jehu who not only attacks the enemies of God and the violators of God's Torah that lead the people astray, but restore the moral, spiritual history, integrity of a people who were not started by any accord from Europe, a people that have been around for thousands of years by the agreement that God made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who became Israel, and his 12 sons. Yes, God made a covenant. God created that land. God gave that piece of the Levant, set it aside for himself as a tithe of the nations. A people not formed by any political nations, meanderings. A people that were not formed because of a war or conquering, but formed because God himself. You shall be my people, and I shall be your God. And you shall represent me throughout the entire earth, my mikvahs, my Torah, my way, so that the world will see Adonai Hashem Elohim, Yud-Heh-Vah-Heh is God. We need a Jehu. Get it done.